Hello everyone, this is Purelay Cottleshire. Now before we get into the thick of this quest, it's important to note that while my quest is called Fate and Strike, it is essentially the same quest for all starting cities you start as. I believe the older one is called Honor, Duty, and something else. So without further ado, let's get into the thick of it. So I will be doing this quest as apparently the hardest class to do it as, which is Thaumaturgy. But you're probably like, man, he has so much stuff, and he's like 35. How am I supposed to deal with it? I mean, you know, I'm just going to be a little low-level dude, and he's 35, and he's got so much stuff. What's he going to do with all that stuff? Well, I have a solution to that. We'll get right back to that. So here I am. I'm wearing my little 4-pole pajamas and a level 5 brand. Essentially as close to a low-level thaumaturge as I can possibly get to with this character. It's also important to note that I will not be using any cross-class skills. No heals, no protect, no nothing. Just bare basics. Back to life. Now before we go jumping into the quest right now, you're going to want to make sure you have an antidote, because it is essential for a phase in this quest. Make sure you have it hotbarred and everything, but if you forgot it or you sold it or something, you can still buy them. Most merchants who sell tools, they sell antidotes, and they're like 38 gil, you know, no big deal, pretty cheap. So, you know, no worries if you got rid of it. So with that out of the way, we can finally jump into the quest. So when it first starts off, you're going to want to hang back, let your little soldier buddies just, you know, establish aggro, and then help them pick them off one by one. You're not going to want to attack the boss like I am now. I noticed it a little later, and then I, you know, right there, working on the ads again. So you just kind of do this for a little while. And through sheer wizardly magic, we are minutes ahead in the fight. Continually they'll spawn more ads, you'll just do what you've been doing, stand back, pick them off one by one. But eventually, they'll summon a little friend, a little friend buddy. So what I do is, I sleep the new friend ad, and then I help my little soldier buddies kill the first boss that we've encountered, so that when it does eventually die, they can focus all their attention to the new ad. So here they are finally killing the first boss. I seem to have underestimated their attack power. But they will hopefully attack the new boss and draw attention away from my squishy self. Of course, they grab aggro right as it's about to die. So this is the dreaded masked mage part of the fight, which everyone is no doubt struggling with. Now I know you're going to want to sleep the masked mage, but don't even touch him right now, because he won't attack you during this fight unless you provoke him, like sleep him, so it's a bad idea. Now he's going to randomly poison you throughout the fight, and it happened quickly for me, so I'm going to slow it down here. But you'll see that poison icon on the top right, and you're going to want to use your antidote whenever you see it. Otherwise, you'll just take too much damage from both him and the poison, and it'll probably lead to your demise. But yeah, just keep focusing on the gargoyle. Don't even bother with the masked mage, like I said. I've heard of people saying that, you know, they kited the gargoyle around, and they did this, and they did that. But from my experience, kiting doesn't really seem to help it that much, because he still has an area, ranged attack that he can do to you, and I think he might be more prone to poisoning you in range. I'm not 100% sure on that. Now right here, you can see I slept him, which is a good tactic for if Like, I had just used my potion. It's a good way to help with the recharge times of your antidote and your poison. And it's also good because you do regen a little bit of life when you're just sitting in combat, not doing anything or taking any damage. So it is helpful to some degree. But you can't just spam sleep, because every time you use sleep in a row it has diminishing returns. And I think the second time you use it, it's like only 15 seconds long, and then it just becomes entirely resistant to it. Yep, still fighting them. I think it's close to 20 or 25% life. One of the 7 Scions will come and help you defeat him. They'll heal you and whatnot. It depends. Which one comes depends on what your starting city is. I also stand back and let her get the first hit on the Masked Mage, because the Masked Mage will randomly shoot fire too, and it's an AoE, and if she has aggro, you'll almost never take any damage if you're not near her. I gave him one last good whack with my stick to show him who's boss. And that's your level 14 main quest in a nutshell. If you're struggling with anything else, like main quests, class quests, dungeons, maybe mechanics of bosses and whatnot, please be sure to let me know and I'll do it in the future. Thanks, and see you on the other side.